I think the last time we spoke, he was trying to, or maybe it was when I did your show with Florentine. I love that, by the way, like people clipped out the point where it was a hot mic and I was like, the Jews are taking over upstate New York, but they clipped out the part where I said upstate New York. So it just sounds like I'm saying the Jews are taking over.
Yeah. There was a whole debate over whether you were serious or not, which tells me that these people are really grasping at straws with that one. They're like, see, she's an anti-Semite. Like, all right,
We knew it.
Jesus Christ.
And okay, the latest at that point was that Stuttering John was trying to sue you, trying to basically, for people who are not familiar, there's been like an ongoing battle. Stuttering John was sending you cease and desists, like wants you to stop using his Patreon or his podcast episodes in your show.
Yeah, well, it's a little funnier than that because in the cease and desist that I let Chrissy and Frank read, he does admit that because he's a public figure, we are allowed to use clips of his show and comment on it. But what he accused me of doing in the cease and desist was going after his children, going after the school that he's a substitute teacher at, going after his comedy gigs to get them canceled. He accused me of doing all this nefarious stuff behind the scenes. And Chrissy, I'm a lazy, lazy man. I'm lucky I put out 2 episodes a week of Who Are These Podcasts. There's no way I'm making phone calls.
Yeah, it's all you can do. Like, you do so much prep for your shows. Yeah. You wouldn't have time to do anything else.
Yeah, it's enough already. I don't have time for that shit. Also, the idea that I'd want to cancel John's gigs, when John does a stand-up show and I get audio of it, I have 5 hours of material from just a 40-minute set. So I do not want anything he does canceled ever.
You want him to keep doing things. Like, if anything, you'd like rent a bus out to send people to. Like, that's what we should do. Maybe I'll call Ron DeSantis. I'll be like, how can we send these migrants to Stuttering John's stand-up gigs?
Yeah, I'll be packed.
To just like pack, just to paper the audience.
We tried to book Stuttering John back a couple of years ago because I know all the owners of the comedy club here. And they were trying to get this tour going with who's the porn star who's now in jail for rape?
Army Hammer?
No, he's not a porn star. No, the super famous fat guy.
Oh, yeah,
drawing
of course. Jeremy.
Yes, Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
So Ron Jeremy and Stuttering John were trying to do this like comedy tour thing, and they put it out on Twitter like, "Hey, we're doing this tour, so book us." So we called them from the club and tried to book them. They wanted like $10,000 or something ridiculous. It's like we won't sell more than 20 tickets to this thing, and they're all going to be there to laugh at you.
You were trying to book the 2 of them?
Yeah, and it was Brian Dunkelman too. It was 3 of them.
Dunkelman.
Yeah, you know who that is?
No, but it sounds
cool
like
guy.
Newman. It sounds like Dunkelman.
Dunkelman was the guy who was the co-host of American Idol along with Ryan Seacrest in the first season. And then Dunkelman left that show to go on to bigger and better things, except for whoops. Nope. So
we did not.
That's what he's known for.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you've actually tried to book them.
So we did try to book Stuttering John because I would love to get John more gigs and to get him out there doing his comedy.
Me too. Maybe he would open for me if only he would unblock me from Twitter.
He's a headliner, Chrissy. He doesn't feature.
He would never, ever be able to, of all his jokes, just pick out enough for maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Oh, is that a new drawing behind you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I redid my studio with a bunch of fan art that's all over the walls now. People do amazing fan art for Who Are These Podcasts, and this one behind me is, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's Stuttering John in front of his green screen that's actively falling down. You can see all the boxes behind him.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's great. It's really funny.
I wish there was a way you could like print out a GIF, like the GIF of him like seeing the roach and like falling backwards is like one of my favorite things.
You wish you could print that out and just have it on a loop?
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be funny.
I feel like we have the technology for that.
Sure.
That's good. So you took down all your Star Wars stuff.
I did, yeah. It wasn't right for the branding of the show. I didn't even care about Star Wars that much. It just happened to be how I decorated this room, and then I turned it into a studio, and I was like, I should probably actually make this Who Are These Podcasts studio now.
I love it. You need to get like a Why Do I Podcast poster.
Oh, I do have one of those. It's actually, I don't know.
Who started that?
I don't know if you can see this. Hold on.
Oh, wow. We're getting the full look around. Dabble. Oh, my God.
Oh, that Dabble poster is amazing. There's our review girl, Vic.
I want to get a Dabble poster. I don't know where I'd put it, but I want one.
Yeah, we got some cool art. But anyway, over there in the corner is someone who made a Why Do I Podcast And it's got Opie with a bird brain and Stuttering John with his Nudes Max mic. And it's just a lot of good
Oh,
stuff that
fuck.
came in. So I decided to print it up and put it up on the walls.
What was the origin of the Why Do I podcast?
That was Tony Michaels was trying to make fun of me. So he was going, oh, what about that Kevin guy from Why Do I Podcast? I was like, yeah, I don't even know what his show is. Yeah, he was calling me Kevin from Why Do I Podcast. Thinking that was a funny joke. It was going to burn me real good. Like, no, okay, that's fine, buddy.
Wow. What a cod basket.
Yeah.
That's my new. I'm trying to get more creative with insults because I don't want to get, especially with Twitter. I'm going to call people dingbats instead of saying cunt.
Dingbats is good. You know what's a great one? Actually, there's a lot of D words that are funny. Like a dimwit's pretty
Dolt.
good. I love dolt. Yeah, dolt's just
And
like it really says it all.
Doltard.
Which, by the way, is not a word. It's dotard. It's how you pronounce it. And so John looked up this word dotard and calls Trump a dotard. And then people go, don't you hate the R word? You know, you shouldn't be saying this. Like, no, it's a real word. Dotard.
It's a step up from a retard. It's a dotard.
Exactly.
A tard. A female tard. Ray.
Your singing voice is just magical.
From Anthony B.
By the way, I have to tell you, Chrissy, everyone loves your Stuttering John.
And I don't understand why.
I know, but everyone loves yours the most. I was on with Drew and Mike, and they were asking me who does the best Stuttering John impression. I said producer Chris because he does the deepfake videos. But they all said they love your Stuttering John impression the best.
Wow.
I think I'm going to do at the live show in New York. Instead of like a rap battle, we're going to do like a Stuttering John impression battle.
Yes. Oh my God. Now I'm really feeling pre-FOMO here.
Seriously.
I would love to see a Stutcho rap battle from Anthony B. Love you both, Stuttering John.
Thanks, Anthony.
Wow. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah. Anytime I see like a new Twitter account, I'm like, this is Stuttering John. This is what's happening. Okay. So the people are up to date. So, there was the cease and desist. That he supposedly called the Rochester police. Supposedly talked to. Was any of it true, or he was just trying to make you feel threatened?
I have an update on that. So John went out and tweeted that he talked to the RPD, my local police department, about getting me arrested, and then he talked about it on a show. I have a friend in the RPD. I talked to him. He looked through all the records. There's no John Melendez anywhere. And
he never called.
He never called. He just made it up. He's just a liar.
What a fucking liar.
Yeah. And then he got he got a copyright strike against my YouTube channel, and I had to take down a YouTube video, or he got it taken down. And he had already done that with Patreon against me too. And both times I put in a counter notification that says, no, this is fair use. It's transformative. And so he gets, the way that the law works, DMCA, he has 10 days to then file a federal lawsuit to prove that he's taking this copyright seriously. And both times he hasn't done it. So I got to put everything back up. Shuley just got a copyright strike by Stuttering John. He had to take down a video. He's fighting it.
Damn.
John is just, I don't know. He's just throwing haymakers into the wind right now.
Yeah, this is from Shuley. This was tweeted out 2 days ago. This is from Shuley. Remember the show in person that John wouldn't mention because he doesn't care and it doesn't bother him. Well, guess who was working late last night? You've tried this with Who Are These Pod and failed. Get ready to fail again, you pussy. The Uncle Rico show will make you care. And this is strike. Wow, this is from when I guess he struck him on September 21st. And then it said content removed by John Melendez. So I guess he was able to take down a whole episode of his.
Yeah, that's what he did to me too.
Damn.
But now it's back up, and Shuley's will get his back up too, and it's just going to draw more attention to it.
I'm so surprised that there isn't a Twitter handle like at Beloved Chatter at this point.
I'm sure there is.
Right. Oh, I said that. Dirt. Why is there no at Beloved Chatter yet?
Oh, Beloved Chatter's beloved one.
Let's see if it's taken. Beloved Chatter.
I love when Anthony talks about it.
Dude, he's really, nope, it doesn't exist. He's really fired up his rhetoric about Stuttering John.
Chrissy, did you see what John did yesterday?
No.
So yesterday's show, John had the great Richard Ojeda on, one of his favorite guests, one of his only friends. And he decided to bring up the Danny Brand video.
Uh-oh.
And he started playing. And so they did about 30, 40 minutes just on what a piece of shit Anthony is. So that'll be fun. That'll go well for John.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I got to watch that.
It's at the end of his episode. The episode's like 2.5 hours long, so just like scrub through everything. It's boring as fuck, and then get to
And
that part.
Anthony has gone through the details of that so many times.
I know, but it's so funny too because Richard Ojeda doesn't know who Anthony is. So every time John's going, "Isn't this guy a piece of shit?" He's going, "Yeah," and so is Matt Gaetz, and he's like trying to bring it back to like actual Republicans that people know. And John's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
but Anthony Cubia though too." It's like, what are you doing? And John even at one point, I'm gonna have clips on it for my show tomorrow, but at one point John even goes, "This isn't personal. She's just a piece of shit." Like, no, it's personal. He talked about your kid, John. It's we know it's personal. Can't lie to us.
His motivation for everything he does in life is personal.
Yes, correct.
Just vengeance.